Welcome to the Study Abroad Opportunities session as part of the new family orientation. My name is Sylvia Mittendorfer. I'm the Director of the Global Education Office, which is located at the Reeves Center for International Studies. I join my colleagues and the William and Mary community in congratulating your student and you and welcoming you all to the William and Mary family. I'm delighted to see your interest in study abroad. My colleagues and I look forward to working with your student and you in the years to come, and we hope we will see you at the upcoming Study Abroad Fair during Parent Weekend. So you might have heard that study abroad is a pretty big deal here at William and Mary, and that is very much the case, and which is why we're excited to talk with you early as your student begins their career here at William and Mary. So study abroad is very much embedded in the curriculum here. You may have heard Call 300 mentioned. All of the programs where students study abroad through the Reeves Center will come with Call 300 for them. So again, it is connected very much to the curriculum here at William and Mary. Close to 60% of our undergraduates study abroad or do research overseas by the time they graduate, so it is very much part of the William and Mary culture. And there are hundreds and hundreds of opportunities that your students have to choose from, and that means there are many, many choices in different countries, different types of programs, and the types of studies that they conduct while they're overseas. Health and safety, of course, is one of the top priorities for study abroad. You can see we have a lot of structures in place to help mitigate and support students while they're overseas, including in insurance and protocols and staffing that mean we are always on call 24/7 to support students. There are many different program types, as I mentioned. These are some of the ones that you might hear your student talk about in the months ahead. There are William and Mary faculty-led short-term programs. These are often the ones that your student might engage in first. As the name implies, this includes a William and Mary professor who goes overseas with students to teach William and Mary courses in a shorter time frame. We have seen a real surge in interest in winter programs. Those average about 2.5 to 3 weeks, and summer programs, which average about 4 to 5 weeks, with some being as long as 8 or 9 weeks abroad. These faculty-led programs are considered William and Mary courses. So if your student is a transfer student, for example, these are residential courses, if they're counting that. At the same time, these courses factor into GPA, and these are structured in a way that directly connect to the curriculum. But of course, they're also connected to the experience overseas, and so many of these courses are ones not offered on campus. William and Mary sponsored semester programs are another way in which we customize programs and work with trusted partners around the world to offer some specialized programs. Those might include, for example, a human rights focused program in La Plata, Argentina, or a partnership with Oxford University, Hartford College. William and Mary also has an extensive network of partners around the globe. Among those partners are a set of programs that are tuition exchange programs, where students are moving from William and Mary and heading overseas. The faculty-led short-term programs and William and Mary sponsored semester programs are a program fee-based that includes academic costs as well as lodging and some board. Exchange programs are structured in a way that you continue to pay your William and Mary tuition and fees to William and Mary while you pay room and board overseas directly. William and Mary also has a limited amount of programs that are called embedded. This is a William and Mary course here on campus that then goes abroad for a short period of time, often over winter break or spring break, or immediately following the end of the spring semester. And then, as I mentioned, there are many, many choices. We work with hundreds of other study abroad programs around the world, either through universities around the globe, specialized study abroad programs that meet specific curricular needs of students, and or also working with other U.S. universities who offer various programs abroad. So this is to say in short that study abroad can look really different. The different models of programs can be very different. So if your student comes and starts talking about a program, you might want to ask, oh, is this a third-party program, which is the name often for other study abroad programs, or is this a sponsored semester program, faculty-led, and so forth. Detailed information about each of these programs and some of what's included, what financials look like, and all of those things can be found on our website. So we often get the question, where can we go in the world? And as I mentioned, on average, our students are in over 55 countries in a given year. Again, we have more than 15 semester and year exchange and sponsored programs. Whether or not all of them have spaces for students on a given semester does vary. So we encourage students to be in contact with our office to see what each year might be, where there might be openings each year. We also offer more than 20 winter and summer programs. This past year, we had 6 winter programs, and we expect those numbers to continue. And in the summer, we often have 20 also. And as mentioned, we have hundreds of third-party program options as well. And again, because programs are very different, many include undergraduate research or internships or service learning, so that students do not always have to choose only between study abroad and perhaps doing an internship in the summer, but there are opportunities to have multiple experiences. Another question we often get is, when can I study abroad? More than half of William & Mary students who go abroad are going on short-term, although I will say there's a growing element of students who go on a short-term program, especially early on, maybe after summer, after freshman year, who then come back and say, okay, now I'm ready to go abroad for a semester. They may participate in multiple programs. I think our record currently is 5 study abroad programs that one of our students who graduated this past May was able to complete. Summer is often after freshman year. We see a very strong number of students who are interested in this option. And what's exciting about this is that if a student comes back really excited about a particular area of study or wants to find ways of going back, there's still enough time in their academic career to integrate that. Winter break is also a possible option, including during freshman year for those students who are really, really eager to go, although we do see a great variety of students participating in both types of programs. And semester is generally during junior year. There are some programs and some majors where second semester sophomores fit better. Seniors do have a residency requirement and therefore require special permission if a student were to be interested in a first semester senior year study abroad. And with that comes some complexities given tight timelines. In terms of time deadlines, there are some variations on this. We encourage students to start working with our office about a year before going abroad. For semester programs, most of the deadlines are about a semester before going abroad. Our summer programs, the faculty-led deadline is December 1st. And then there are a few programs that are much earlier. In particular, I should note the Oxford semester and full year program. The deadline is during sophomore year, in the winter of sophomore year, in order to be going abroad during junior year, including for spring junior year. So if your student is interested in Oxford, we encourage them to come talk to us early so that there's plenty of time for them to apply. Funding is certainly one of the other areas as we think about accessibility for study abroad. We have very robust study abroad scholarships. We expect at least this, if not potentially significantly more, in study abroad scholarships. Financial aid is generally portable, and we also seek to leverage external funding sources and will support your students for some select programs scholarships that are also offered outside of our office. One of those I would always like to highlight is a program called the Griffin Guarantee. There is a national scholarship called the Gilman Scholarship for students who are eligible for Pell Grants. And if a student applies for Gilman during the early deadline for summer, so in the fall semester for the following summer, we're able to offer a scholarship guarantee so that even if, as long as they put forth a viable application with the Gilman scholarship, even if they don't get the funding, they will be guaranteed scholarships through us. So details can be found on our website, and we encourage your student to come talk to us if that is something of interest. And in terms of overall costs, I alluded at the beginning that there are different kinds of funding, kind of cost models for different kinds of programs, whether that be tuition and fees at William & Mary for tuition exchange programs, or program fees for William & Mary faculty-led or sponsored semester programs. So costs can vary by program type and by location, since cost of living costs can be significantly different around the world. To get a little bit more granular, because we generally get a lot of questions around financials, again, these are some more details. All of this is on our website. We very much encourage you to look at that and have conversations with your student as they're beginning to select the programs they might be interested in the coming years. As mentioned, again, faculty-led and sponsored programs are fee-based. They are not based on in-state or out-of-state, but actual costs of the program. Exchange programs, again, are William & Mary tuition and fees, plus an off-campus study abroad fee. We also require international insurance, which is a health and evacuation and security insurance that is built into the program fees of faculty-led and sponsored programs and is charged separately for third-party programs as well as William & Mary exchange programs. And then for other programs or third-party programs, William & Mary will bill you for these. And then in addition, you pay directly to the host program, whatever those costs may be. Even if you're not making the bulk of payment through William & Mary, if you're receiving financial aid, we work with the financial aid office, the host institution, to draft what's called a consortium agreement to document what the full cost of the program is, which is what then the financial aid office would work with. So those were some of the questions and topics that we've gotten over the years. These are the next steps for you. We really encourage you and your student to take a look at our website, which is www.wm.edu/studyabroad. There's a lot of different information there, including videos that describe kind of next steps and how these different programs, how different steps relate to the different kind of programs and opportunities. We will also be hosting a study abroad fair during Family Weekend. We very much encourage you to stop by the Campus Center. It's an opportunity to meet our faculty leading programs, talk to students who've gone on study abroad programs, and also meet some of our partners who run third-party programs to really get an opportunity to peruse a lot of different opportunities and begin those conversations. Our own office has walk-in hours from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. We have peer advisor students there as well as professional staff. Students can come in for advising in person, per Zoom, or by phone. Really, we try to meet students in whatever ways are most convenient for them as we work through. I encourage your student to bring up their interest in study abroad with their academic advisor as they're getting settled in and meeting with their faculty prior to the start of courses, and again as they discuss with others in the coming years their plans. Planning ahead is very helpful. Doesn't mean that it can't all be done very quickly, but we know with a little extra planning it just provides more opportunities for students. In short, I just want to highlight again just how important study abroad is here at William & Mary. And I think that is because institutionally there's a great deal of support. Our students are very much interested in global opportunities, placing themselves in the world. Our curriculum reflects our faculty's prioritization of these global applied learning opportunities. But I think it is also because the goals we have and the kind of learning we see in study abroad so closely aligns with the overall objectives of a William & Mary education. And so with that, I look forward to meeting you in person here on campus. I look forward to talking with your students, and my colleagues and I in the Global Education Office are here to support you and your student throughout this process. Thank you.